it's a back-to-back reaction with a very, very cool story. But we'll start out with this one, and then we'll go into the topic. Okay. This is Lara Fabian singing Je t'aime.
D'accord, il existait une autre façon de se quitter. Quelques éclats de verre auraient peut-être pu nous aider. Dans ce silence amer, j'ai décidé de pardonner les erreurs qu'on peut faire entre s'aimer.
So these first lines, I admit there existed other ways of parting from each other. A few shards of glass might have helped us in this bitter silence. Let's see if I can turn the closed captions on. Nope, no option to. That's okay.
La petite fille en moi souvent te réclamait, presque comme une mère. Tu me redonnes, me protégeais. Je t'ai volé ce sang qu'on n'aurait pas dû partager. À vous de mots de rêve, je vais crier. Je t'aime comme un fou, comme un soldat, comme une star de cinéma. Je t'aime comme un loup, comme un vol, comme un homme que je ne suis pas. Tu vois, je t'aime comme ça.
Guys, she has such an open, lovely sound. I'm going to read through the rest of the lyrics up to where we are now. In this bitter silence, I decided to forgive the errors that we made, loving too much. I admit the little girl inside of me asked you almost like a mother. You tucked me in, you sheltered me. I stole you from this blood that we never should have shared. Lost for words, for dreams, I will cry. I love you like a fool, like a soldier, like a movie star. I love you like a wolf, like a king, like a man that I am not. You see, I love you like this, I admit.
D'accord, je t'ai confié tous mes sourires, tous mes secrets, même ceux dont seul un frère est le gardien inavoué. Dans cette maison de pierre, Satan nous regardait danser. Je t'en voulus Tu vois, je t'aime comme ça.
Yeah, we'll talk about the voice. The rest of the song, when is this? I admit, I confident in you, all my smiles, all my secrets, even those in which only a brother is the undeclared guardian in this house of souls. Satan watched us dance, so I wanted a war of bodies that made peace. That's deep as hell, man. I love you, like a fool, like a soldier, like a movie star. I love you, like a wolf, like a king, like a man that I am not. You see, I love you like this. You see, I love you like this. That's so deep. I agree. It's really uncanny how she can sound so vulnerable in an audience in front of I don't know. This is probably at least 10,000 people. It's in like a big theater, right? I don't know. I can't count that many. However, something so distinctive about her voice. This is not Je suis malade, right? That setting was like a smaller stage, televised differently, different kind of setting, and it was much more energetically passionate. This singing is similar. Like, it's still her. It's still that same technique. And she still captures us with that innate sensitivity in her voice while bringing the power. Exactly. How could she make those harsh back of the throat noises sound musical? What back of the throat? Are you referring to like her chest voice? Because one thing she does really well is compartmentalize her registers without being stuck between them, right? So let me put it this way. When I first start working with a student, especially with beginners, one of the most difficult things to start out doing is melding the registers. So my automatic suggestion is always to start singing by consistently just staying in a mixed voice and extending the mixed voice up and down, adding more head voice as the pitch goes up, adding more chest voice as the pitch goes down. But one thing that's really, really incredible about Lara's voice, and as people get to that professional level, they're more easily able to create a bigger differentiation between the registrations. When you hear those little crackles and those small, little pieces of, phlegm and spittle, that it's creating those cracks in that lower voice, those natural voice cracks that aren't inhibiting the actual sound. That's a result of having a very sustained and firm chest voice dominant sound. So let me try to find an example of this. Head voice, high, belty. But it's not an overly compressed belt, right? Everything, feeling the sensation of this sound would feel something like the power, the teeth are resonating, the mask is wide open, the sound is flowing through the mask, but there's no sensations in the throat, no sensations in the jaw or anything. You feel the teeth vibrating, but you're not sending sound forward. You're sending sound up and out, and the air is naturally being compressed along with the sound, but it doesn't feel arduous, right? This is not a power belt. This is just a natural, nicely mixed chest dominant high sound that's melding with head voice in a way that makes it sound effortless yet maintain that quality of power in the sound. That comes from just a virtuosic release of things like the jaw that don't help the sound, things like the larynx while the voice is created inside the larynx, you don't want any muscles interfering with that sound. And it's completely supported with air. It's very virtuosic singing. That's how she's able to get all that color and timbre up in those high notes. But as we go down to the chest voice, which she will get to. So everything in that final refrain was very much head voice mixed, maintaining chest timbre in a high mixed position. But I'm going to go even further back to try to find a place where her chest voice is so we can talk about that, where she uses more of that balanced chest voice. But absolutely, Runa and Tao, yeah, the way she's showing her teeth, the way she's able to keep her lips off of the teeth to allow them to resonate more is really necessitated by these macerator muscles, these basically the muscles that force your jaw to close, being completely kind of relaxed and out of the equation. Because if those jaw muscles are flexing, it's really hard to release the lips in a way that will let the teeth act as proper resonators to let the sound be as clear as it is. Because mind you, she's using a microphone, so the sound doesn't have time to travel and kind of mix together like a classically trained opera singer would do. Whereas it has to be, the sound that everyone wants to hear, an inch away from her mouth. So that's why it's so important to let those teeth freely resonate so that you don't have any muffling of the sound from the lip tissues. You see so many singers doing this, right? Letting their teeth show to create a really clear brightness in the sound. Yeah, so let's go find some chest voice so we can talk about it. Probably in the verse, right? Not even there. I mean, there's a little bit, but not enough to talk about. But yeah, Nati, the ends of her phrases are really nice because though she's letting everything be nicely compressed and very forward, none of it's harshly ended. Everything is very well decompressed at the end of the phrase. Let's find another spot. I know it's here. This is the first chorus. She just threads the needle up through that passage. This person's like, wow. So here's a good example. She starts this phrase like with a pretty chest dominant sound, and she never loses the flow. It's because everything she does, the whole phrase from breath to the start of the sound to the next breath is an even stream of air. There's no compression in the body. There's no holding on with muscles, right? The muscles have to technically compress the air to allow it to flow, but it can feel like a seamless process that never feels like anything is gripping or pushing or compressing, right? The air can naturally flow out just like this. And that's what allows her to go all the way from like a pretty low, honestly, it starts with like a vocal fry sound, and then it floats up into that really lovely, unique, iconic mix that she has. This is a really good phrase to show that. So it's really gorgeous. One of my teachers once said to me, the French language, when you speak it and when you sing it, it just you can do it all with a kissy face. You don't have to change anything, right? And what that allows for the vocal mechanism in that context of singing is that you're able to create a longer vocal tract, which adds a lot more color to the sound. So French is actually a really wonderful language to sing in because you can keep everything concentrated in the front. And you hear in her sound that there's really no disconnect between that inception of breath, that inhalation, and then how the sound starts in front of her face. Like for her, it's not like a conscious thing that she does all the stuff I'm talking about. It lives in front of the face, it stays, and that's what allows it to be bright. And then the language contributes immensely to that, right? That's why it's called French kissing, because I don't think that's why it's called French kissing, Yap. I think there are other reasons why it's called French kissing. But good try. Oh man. This is a family stream. No, just kidding. We have maturity filters. Okay. Yeah, okay, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Now, we're going to pair this with another reaction. It's going to be the same song, actually. It's just going to be in a different place. This one will be in 2001. It's Je t'aime as well. And it's live in Paris, right? I've lived in Antwerp for 5 years. About half of the Belgians speak Dutch, Flemish. The other half speak French, about 100,000 that speak German. Mostly Flemish speakers are bilingual. That makes sense. Now, this next video, excuse me, guys. Get some water. This next video is from Lara's concert Nu in Paris in 2001. It shows how much Lara's fans love and support her. Lara had some serious problems in her professional and personal life at the time, between 2000 and 2002. Her fans knew about that, and so they wanted to express their love and support to Lara at her concert in Paris. A group of Lara's fans approached her pianist and musical director Pierre Grimard before the concert and agreed that they would begin to sing the song Je t'aime before Lara sang it. When they sang for her, they changed the words Je t'aime to On t'aime, which means we love you, instead of Je t'aime, which means I love you. The entire audience, more than 6,000 people, sang for her. It's difficult to imagine, but it's these special moments in time that make music more than just like sound, right? Because there are the facts that, you know, certain sounds go into our head through our ears and create an emotional reaction, right? There's a science behind what music works for people and what doesn't. But then, you know, we see so much, and you would think that that's a reason for us to connect over music. But then there are so many different types of music that different people identify with and connect with. And in that sense, it can keep us very separate from each other. Music can also force us to dive into ourselves and away from the outside world as a form of escapism, or maybe as a type of, it's almost like it's a drug, right? It makes us forget about the real world. But every once in a while in the world, there are these musical events that connect people more than usual, right? More than just a shared idea, but these actual physical events that connect people through music. And I think this is a really cool story, and I think it's going to be an awesome way to observe and share in these emotions once again as a wonderful historical event that proves the power of music in a way. So again, this is Je t'aime, or On t'aime, Lara Fabian. She's surprised.
aussi. Ah là, vous m'avez pris de court, là. D'accord, petite fille, en moi, souvent te regarder. Presque comme une mère, tu me bordais, me protégeais. Je t'ai volé ce sang qu'on n'aurait pas dû partager. À bout de mots de rêve, je vais écrire. Comme une star au cinéma. Je t'aime. Je t'aime comme nous, comme un roi, comme un homme que je ne suis pas. Tu vois, je t'aime.
Yeah, the crowd sounds so good. They're all really in tune.
Quand je t'ai confié tous mes sourires, tous mes secrets, même ceux dont seul un frère est le gardien avoué. Dans cette maison de pierre, Satan nous regardait danser. J'ai tant voulu la guerre de corps qui se faisait la paix. Je t'aime, je t'aime, comme un fou, comme un soldat, comme une star de cinéma. Je t'aime, je t'aime. Comme un loup, comme un homme que je ne suis pas. Tu vois, je t'aime comme ça. Tu vois, je t'aime comme ça. Tu vois, je t'aime comme ça.
He's got those cheek muscles. He's smiling.
Alors ça.
Oh, well, that's that. Oh, man. Yeah, happy Monday, everybody. Wow. I kind of want to just. It's like there's what. Yeah, guys, this was Capriani's idea to do these back to back, and I don't think there would be a better way of doing this. Separately, I guess. Should we get a banger? We'll do a banger. I want to watch. Yeah, we need to do a banger for sure. I just want to watch that. I just want to see that look on her face one more time at the beginning when she has the plan in her head. She's being the professional. She's working through whatever she's working through to be on stage. And it'd be a musical professional, but then things all of a sudden shatter. She doesn't know what's going on for a second, and you see that look on her face, and it's actually something quite interesting, quite special. Nope. Yeah. Wait, what?
Là, vous m'avez pris de court, là. D'accord, petite fille.
I don't know what she said, but it's probably something like, I don't know what's going on. What's up, Mariposa?
Presque comme une mère, tu me bordais pour protéger. Je t'ai volé ce sang qu'on n'aurait pas dû partager.
Shut Eve.
À bout de mon rêve, je vais crier.
Here, I could probably figure out what she said. I just need to listen to it.
Ah, trop c'est. Là, vous m'avez pris de court, là.
On l'a something something avec with heart. I think it's like you caught me off guard. Yeah, so on like the plural, y'all caught me off guard basically. Okay. Yeah, so in the crowd somebody said, Lara, don't start singing. Chante pas, Lara, which means don't start singing. And then she goes, you caught me off guard. That's very beautiful. Yeah, guys. I mean, it's one of those moments that doesn't happen often, but it's a moment where people are literally, truly connecting around music. Usually that experience is confined to the people who are on stage, right? Musicians share a lot of emotional connection on stage that can go in a great direction or a terrible direction, but it's always a very intense connection. But when you get that many people sharing in that kind of experience, it's just something beautiful. And then you have groups that kind of make they make their performance around experiences like that. And there are lots of those, which is really special. Because I think as a musician, your job is to make societal commentary, engage with people through your music. If you can't do that, then what are you doing? That's the question. What are you doing if you're not making music that can impact people in that way and connect people in that way somehow? All right, shake it out, everybody. We're just getting started. 1 hour into stream. What a blast. Again, Capriani, thank you for that. That was a fantastic idea.